everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a report that involves a little bit of a waiting game. Think of it like ordering your favorite dish and the restaurant saying, almost ready, just a few more tweaks. Let's see what this company is cooking up. We're looking at a report from Ultragenyx Pharmaceutical. The big news is that the FDA, the folks who approve medicines in the US, sent them a complete response letter, or ACRL. Basically a thumbs down for their application for a drug called UX111. This drug is aimed at treating a rare disease called Sanfilippo syndrome type A. Now, a CRL isn't the end of the road. It's more like a request for more information. Let's dig into what the FDA wants and what it means for Ultragenyx art type before we dive in. If you like getting straightforward insights from company write-ups, make sure you're following this channel. We also have a Discord community, which I'll link in the description below, where we can discuss all of this in real time. So, what exactly happened? Ultragenyx announced that the FDA issued this CRL for their application for UX111, which they hope will treat Sanfilippo syndrome type A. Sanfilippo syndrome type A is a rare genetic disorder that affects the brain and spinal cord that mostly affects children. The FDA basically said, not so fast, we need more information. Specifically, the FDA wants more details and improvements on the chemistry, manufacturing and controls, or CMC, of the drug. This relates to how the drug is made and controlled, and they mentioned observations from factory inspections that were recently done. Think of it like making sure all the ingredients and the cooking process are perfect before serving a dish to customers. The good news is the company seems to believe this is fixable. They say the issues are related to the facilities and processes used to make the drug, not the quality of the drug itself. Ultragenyx plans to work with the FDA to address these concerns over the next few months. Once they've resolved the issues, which they believe they can do, they'll resubmit their application. After that, they expect the FDA to take up to 6 months to review the new submission. Now, it's not all bad news. The FDA acknowledged that the data the company provided on how the drug affects brain development is robust, meaning strong and convincing. They also said that biomarker data, which shows how the drug is working in the body, is supportive. Importantly, the FDA didn't raise any issues about the clinical data itself from tests on patients or clinical inspections, but they want updated clinical data. Of course, there's always a disclaimer in these reports called a cautionary note regarding forward-looking statements. Basically, the company is saying that they're making predictions about the future, but things could change. They mentioned words like anticipates concerns, the timeline for resubmitting the application, and the timing of any FDA inspections. The company also lists potential risks and uncertainties that could affect their ability to achieve these goals. These include the challenges of drug development, the ability to successfully develop UX111 potential side effects, the ability of manufacturers to comply with regulations, and competition from other companies that provide these treatments. Consider now, let's zoom out and think about what this means for Ultragenyx. Right now, the FDA wants more info on how the drug is made. It seems like the FDA is mostly concerned with the manufacturing process and facilities. The FDA is being cautious. The good point is the FDA seems okay with the data on how the drug affects patients. Ultragenyx Pharmaceutical stock, traded under the ticker symbol RA, could be affected in the short term. The stock price might fluctuate a bit because of this news, but in the long term, how the company handles these manufacturing issues will likely determine its success. Now, in terms of risks, manufacturing problems can be expensive and time-consuming to fix. The company will need to invest time and resources to address the FDA's concerns. If they fail to address the FDA's concerns, 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 it could delay or prevent the drug from being approved. Alright, that's our breakdown of Ultragenyx's report. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives like this. Also, don't forget to check out the Discord in the description where we can talk about all this in real time. Thanks for watching. See you next time.